Consider the following information. Y is equal to the product of 3 and the sum of variable x and a constant c, where c is negative 2. Which of the following options represents the same relationship as the aforementioned information? To solve this question, let's start by translating this sentence into a math equation. We have y is equal to the product of 3 and the sum, so the product of 3 times the sum of the variable x and a constant c. Sum needs to add. Then we just need to plug in that variable c, which we know is negative 2. Y is equal to 3 times x plus a negative 2. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting a positive. So this is our equation. Y is equal to 3 times x minus 2, and we could simplify that further by distributing. 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. Now that we have our equation, we can solve the rest of this problem. Looking at answer choice A, we could plug in these values of x to see if these values of y match. What I would recommend doing here is plugging in your whole numbers first and then doing your decimals only if you have to. That will help you save time. So let's plug in. I'll grab a new color. Let's plug in 0 first. We'll have y is equal to 3 times 0 minus 6. Anything times 0 is just 0. So we'll have 0 minus 6, which will give us negative 6, making that correct so far. Now let's plug in 3. We'll have y is equal to 3 times 3 minus 6. Y is equal to 3 times 3 is 9. Minus 6 will give us 3, not 2. So that means answer choice A is incorrect. For answer choice B, we just need to translate another sentence into a math equation. X is equal to the sum of y divided by 3 and the constant c, where c is equal to negative 2. Now let's go ahead and plug that back in. X is equal to y over 3 plus negative 2. Again, adding a negative is the same as subtracting a positive. So here's our equation, and we need to rearrange it so that we isolate y, and that way we can compare our two equations. So I'll bring this over here. And we need to do opposite operations to isolate y. So let's add 2 to both sides. These will cancel, giving us x plus 2 is equal to y divided by 3. Y is being divided by 3, so the opposite operation would be multiplication to both sides. These 3's will cancel, leaving us with 3 times x plus 2 equals y. And we don't have to distribute this out because we can compare this step of our equation to this step of our equation. And we can see that they are not the same because here we have x minus 2 and here we have x plus 2. They are not the same function, meaning that answer choice D is incorrect. Or excuse me, answer choice B is incorrect. For answer choice C, we just need to compare the equation written to our final equation. Y equals 3x minus 2 is not the same as y equals 3x minus 6. So they were hoping that we didn't distribute 3 into our 2, so that was meant to catch that mistake, but answer choice C is incorrect. So by process of elimination, answer choice D is our correct answer, but for the sake of the video, let me show you exactly why D is correct. First things first is we've got a y-intercept at y equals negative 6 down here, which matches our b value for our y equals mx plus b equation. Aside from that, we can check our other point here, which is our x-intercept, where y is equal to 0. This is the point 2, 0. So we could plug in that value. Y is equal to 3x minus 6. Plug in 2 and see if we get 0 as a result. 3 times 2 minus 6. 3 times 2 will give us 6. Minus 6 will indeed give us 0, making answer choice D our correct answer.